cosmetic surgery is on a high.
Looked into how many people in the UK have had plastic surgery in 2022, so last year, and it's 31,057 cosmetic procedures.
Women with BBL look like ants, and then he goes, I said it, someone's gotta say it.
Girth filler, yeah,
Which is
so
what?
men putting Botox in their dicks to make it thicker. You know, cosmetic surgery wasn't even, I don't even think it was on the cards, maybe in America, but definitely in the UK, it wasn't something that we knew about as teenagers or as young people growing up.
There's a big part of having cosmetic surgery is because of lack of self-love. Hey people, welcome back to the Cilia Li Show. It's your girl Cilia here. We are back. Thank you so much. Before we start, I'm going to ask you a big favor. Please, can you subscribe to my channel? Just help me grow my channel. So, you know, if it grows, then I'll be able to bring more guests and just create better content, basically, right? Please support your girl. And also, if you're listening on Spotify, please follow me and follow me on Instagram and the Cilia Li Show on Instagram.
Like, comment, share, all of the above.
Okay, she's exposed herself. so as you can see, we've got our favorite guest back. Clare is back on the show. So I realized basically I haven't, back when I first started podcast, I do a lot of those, like, I like to talk about a lot of real stuff, like be the big sis, do the real talk, right? And then somehow, I pivoted, nothing wrong with it, but started having more guests talk about real life stories. But I realized what I do miss, because yesterday we had a conversation, the topic I was talking about, I realized, you know what, I miss this kind of talk on my podcast. I'm going to bring it back. And of course, I'm going to have sis back, because we know when us two are together,
we bring the vibes.
We bring the vibes. People actually love us together. So today, the topic we're going to talk about is cosmetic surgery. And, like, you know what? It's a topic that has become, I don't know, it's not like Kevin Hart said, if you've seen his recent show, he basically is on YouTube, good YouTuber. He's basically said, like, cosmetic surgery is on a high, right, in today's society. And especially, like, for example, basically, no, back in the days, cosmetic surgery was a secret, but in today's society, everyone is having it. It's like normal. It's like a trend. It's like a thing. It's like almost, I would think it's a class thing.
And people are loud and proud about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and it links definitely to like their income or
like it shows them what.
afford.
Yeah, exactly. And then also in that video, it's so funny. Like Kevin Hart was saying, like, women with BBL look like ants, and then he goes, I said it, someone's got to say it. So that's why I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to have this episode because someone's got to talk about it. And now I'm going to talk about it, like how it is.
And I think the first thing we should put out is that there's no judgment.
Yeah.
Okay? So if you're somebody that's got cosmetic surgery, don't feel as though watching this, there's some criticism. It's not that at all. But definitely I know that Cilia Li is all about self-love.
Yeah. And this is the reason why. Because I do think there's a big part of having cosmetic surgery is because of lack of self-love, and that's what we are going to be talking about.
Yes.
And this is what basically we were talking about last night, and it was juicy.
Yeah, it got deep.
Yeah. First of all, let's talk about our insecurities first.
Yes.
You mentioned something about last night.
Yes.
Like, talk about your first, and I'll talk about mine.
So I want to put the context in and just say that for those of you that don't know, I'm 37. So I'm an 80s baby, grew up in the 80s. Obviously things were very different then, and cosmetic surgery wasn't even, I don't even think it was on the cards, maybe in America, but definitely in the UK, it wasn't something that we knew about as teenagers or as young people growing up. So my biggest insecurity growing up was my nose. And the reason for that was because I'm from Ghana originally, and all of my family have like quite a wide, flat nose, wide nostrils. And for whatever reason, I came out with this kind of like thin nose. I used to have people in my family tease me and say it was like a white people's nose, and they obviously saw that as a good thing, but for me it was like, how come my nose isn't the same as everybody else's? And
so they teased you to say you got a white man. You saw that as it being a teasing?
No, they saw it as like a good feature.
Okay, but you felt that they were teasing you.
Yeah, so for me it wasn't a good feature because I wasn't the same as everybody else. Everybody that I looked at, everybody that I was close to, I wasn't the same as them. But for Africans, it's like, oh, like you've got this feature that makes you more
exotic.
Yeah, like more acceptable almost.
I know what you mean. It's the same with like my culture. So growing up, in fact, funny enough, like my nose first. So Chinese people are known where the nose don't have a bridge, right? So anyway, so when I was younger, my nose didn't look like this. When I was younger, my nose was wider and flatter. And I guess when you're younger, your features weren't as developed. So as I growing up, my nose
it's
got a
thinned
bridge.
out
Yeah.
almost. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think also it's in the family because both my mum and dad actually they do have a bridge, and my
Okay.
brother's nose actually bridge is actually higher. But anyway,
Okay.
what I'm trying to say here is basically I was really so growing up, my parents, not even just my parents, Chinese people say to me, "Oh, why is your nose so flat?" I say things like that. So I used to be so ashamed I was insecure about my nose. And then what did I do is basically growing up, basically we've been told like, if you keep, as you're growing up, because my mom says to me, because you're growing up, your features are not set yet. They're still moving.
So you can
she
mold them.
Yeah,
almost.
exactly. That's the word. She used to say to me, squeeze your bridge a bit more, keep squeezing it, so then it would change. So what I did do, there's clothing pegs.
Yeah.
I actually put it on my nose.
You mean the pegs that used to hang your clothes?
Yes. I walked around the house almost every single day for 15 minutes, put it there.
Yeah.
Just so it would be like, and my mum's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Trying to get my nose taller." And she was like, "Okay, maybe that would work like that."
Wow, she was encouraging it.
Yes.
See, and mine was the opposite. So I would like put my thumb into my nostrils to try and widen them out. Like I was flaring my nostril. I feel like it's crazy that it was actually the opposite. So you were trying to get like a slimmer nose, and I wanted mine to be wider.
Yeah. And then when I got older, then obviously I think my features started developing. Then my nose did get like a bridge, like got taller, whatever. Then one of my cousins, because we're the same age, we always got compared. Her mum would be like, "Oh, Cilia, why is your nose like the bridge is so tall like that?" Like for a Chinese person, like what did you do? Can you tell your cousin? I don't want to say my cousin's name. Like, can you tell her like that? And then I was just like, I don't know, that's my nose.
Yeah.
What can I say? Like,
I pulled at it a bit.
Yeah, I said I did like keep squeezing it like that, and she was like, and she actually said to her daughter, "Maybe you should do that too."
Yeah. So like culturally, it was normal for us to have comments made about our features growing up.
And I think it's about accepting, isn't it?
Yes.
Whereas that today's society, I really believe today's society, we have been programmed to hate ourselves, hate the way we look.
Yeah.
And like
or know that we can change it in the same way that we know we can go on Uber Eats and buy food, or do you know what I mean? Or we can go on PLT and order a nice dress. That's the same way we can just order a new nose.
Yeah.
You know?
And then going back to the self-love, basically going back to the self-love is that if you truly love yourself, you accept the way you look.
So I wanted to ask you, did you have a moment growing up? Because I remember my moment, but did you have a moment growing up where you looked at your nose and you were just like, I'm okay with this now. Like, I can deal with this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because I remember being about 15 years old, looking in the mirror and being like, Claire, there's nothing you can do about your nose. Like, it is how it is. Deal with it. Accept it. And as I've gotten older, it's not even something that I look at. And sometimes I look at my nose and think, I used to really worry about this feature on my face. Whereas now, it's just a part of my face.
Yeah.
You know?
I used to count the stuff
that
I did not like about myself.
Wow.
I still remember this. I was lying in bed, like sleeping, before falling asleep, I was counting. Okay, I was like to myself, let me count the stuff that I would change.
Yeah, if you could.
Right? Yeah. And I was like, okay, my nose, my lips. Because bear in mind, I was talking about this. I was told that my lips were big like sausages.
Wow.
In
So
like
just full for a Chinese person.
Chinese person. Yes, like you look like you're biting on two sausages.
That's wild.
And then and when I was younger, when I was a baby, because I'm quite pouty as well sometimes. Like I remember my dad told me that, oh, so and so used to say when you're younger that you look like a duck. But anyway,
That's nuts.
But anyway, so I used to count like I wanted to get my nose, my lips, my chin, my face.
I had a thing about my hairline.
Yeah.
Didn't like my hairline for
My
a lot
waist.
of my life. Wow.
I was thinking of my legs, getting them slimmer.
Yeah.
My calves. Literally, I was like, oh my god! It got to a point. I was like, oh my god, it's more than 10. Shit! Oh my god, I'm not perfect. Like I was just like, it's got me so insecure. Yeah.
But you didn't have that moment where you just went, "This is who I am now."
Yeah. Until this is why I love Tyra Banks. Is watching American Next Top Model.
Okay.
Actually, watching American Next Top Model actually helped me embrace my flaws.
Right.
Especially, I was so insecure about my chin because it was short. Like, because it's short. my mum, growing up, my mum used to be like, oh, if only your chin was a bit longer, you'd be more beautiful.
Wow.
All the time. So even till now, sometimes I'll be like, man, but I thought, but you know what? It is what it isn't. This is me. Like, so now I accept it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I remember Tyra Banks used to say, embrace your flaws. That stuck to me. I was like, yeah, man, I'm going to embrace my chin.
That's it.
Yeah.
And just accept it. Yeah.
Yeah. And talk about the lip fillers, going to lip fillers. I don't get it. Like, do girls, like, okay, there's different levels. Some girls go overboard.
Yes.
And I'm just thinking, do you not see in the mirror? And I think this is to do with like self-love, innit? You think this will make you be happier? Yeah.
But I think it links back to like, and you know, saying this, I hope I don't trigger anyone, but I think it links back to kind of like disorders. So it's like anorexia or bulimia or like body dysmorphia. It's like you look in the mirror and you see something completely different to what everybody else sees. So you feel like it has to continually be enhanced, even when just a little bit of filler is enough. Like, or no filler at all, basically, I'd argue. But, you know, a little bit is enough. But actually, every time you look in the mirror, you're like, oh, are they full enough? Maybe I need to go a little bit harder next time. Maybe I need to put more filler in the next time.
And I think we were saying, like, some girls, like, was it when you turn to the side, you literally look like you got fish lips.
You can see it. To me, I think the way I described it was, it's like they've eaten something and there's been an allergic reaction.
Yeah.
Because almost just the rim, the line of the lip is just so swollen. It's so enhanced.
Like we said, we're not judging. Like, look, listen. If you're really that insecure and that makes you happy, fine. But I just think there's some people out there, they are constantly doing
it's like, where do you draw the line?
Yeah,
where do you stop?
Like, I know this girl, she had liposuction, she had BBL, she had her breast done, she had a facelift, she had her lips done, she had her cheekbones done, her chin, you can tell, but she had her chin done, she had her nose done. I remember she used to come to see me with a plaster here, things like that, telling me,
that's quite normal actually. You see a lot on public transport as well, people wearing.
Yeah, and she used to come to me, oh my God, Celia, I've put on so much weight. I look at her,
looking at her like, what?
You have washboard abs, what are you talking about? And she goes, oh, you don't understand, I've drank so much, ate so much over the weekend, I've put on weight. You look exactly the same. And I think that's the thing. And then after she said, yeah, I need to, and this goes also like when you said about working out, about the bum and things like that. Like, she got BBL done, and then after she lost it all because when she actually, she had a liposuction. She put those fat into her bum. She lost it because it was fat. She lost it, so it went basically the bum was like flatter. And then what did she do? She didn't go get the surgery done. So basically, she got gel injected. But then it's like, why don't you just work hard in the gym?
Yeah.
I think you said something about the student. Yeah. What was that about?
Yes. So one of my ex-students has said to me, she's tried gym and she keeps falling off, but part of that is because she tries to go too hard. So she tries to do like 5 days a week, which to me is just unnecessary. And she works 7 days a week, so she doesn't get a rest day. So I've just said to her, go for three.
She went to the gym to what's the purpose of going to gym now?
So to tone.
Okay.
And she wanted to grow her booty.
Okay.
So that was the big thing, is grow her booty. And then she will do, let's say, 2 months of consistent gym and then she'll fall off. And then when she falls off, it's not just the gym that falls off, it's her diet that falls off as well. And then she dips and then she'll come back to the gym and then she dips and then she's like, oh, I'm not seeing results. And I said to her, it's because you've created an unsustainable program, which is why you keep falling off. And because your diet's not on point. So then I gave her advice on those things. But then she'll come back to me every week and be like, oh, I'm looking to change this. I saw a great butt workout. I want to change it. And I keep just saying to her, listen, just stick to one thing. Stick to the same or similar diet for 12 weeks. Stick to the same exercises for 12 weeks. And you will see change. She's now told me she's going to do it for 12 weeks. And if she doesn't see any results, then she's considering having a BBL. She's going to go to either DR or Turkey for a BBL because it's cheaper there.
But the thing is, right, the another thing to this is, why do we have to have a big bum? This is my thing, right? Now, this is because it's a body trend.
Yes.
And now this is again come down to going back to like, if you like, self-love is, by the way, for some of you probably don't know what self-love is. Self-love is accepting who you are.
Yes, as you are.
Yeah. Big bum, small bum, doesn't matter. Does not lessen your worth.
Yes.
Like, doesn't lower your value. Like, well, so now that you got big bum, what does that mean? You're worth more?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
This is where I keep asking, where do you draw the line? Because, you know, if you get to a point and you're like, oh, okay, I've been banging gym for 5 years, my bum is where I want it to be. Is it going to be something else now? Is it going to be, oh, I really want abs now, so now I'm going to spend the next 4 or 5 years really working on abs? And when do you stop? And I think it's positive, as we were saying before, it's positive to have goals, but not when it becomes detrimental to your health, you know, but and you start beating yourself up about things.
Yeah, and also I feel like workout, what this is nothing like, you know how he said she's going to the gym because she wants to grow her bum. Okay, fine. Again, I think this is something that we've been programmed. A lot of girls have been programmed, especially young girls, programmed to think, I need to grow the bum, otherwise I won't be as beautiful.
Yep.
Okay. Anyway, so like also another thing is working out isn't just to grow the bum or just to look a certain way.
And just FYI, there is, and we both know this as PTs, you can actually create a muscle imbalance in your body if you only train one part of your body. So if you're only going to the gym to train your legs, I mean, I see a lot of young girls in their 20s and they've got these knee straps around the knees when they're going gym, and it's because all they're doing when they go gym is legs. They never do arms. They never do anything else.
Yeah.
You know?
And another, so basically I was saying like, that's okay. I was saying that work out for vitality.
There you go. For health.
For health, live longer. When you build muscles, you will prevent you from developing diseases, and you will live longer. And when you get to a certain age, think about it. You might be thinking, oh, but I'm still young. No, think about it. Like when you get to like 60, 70, when you don't have many muscle in your upper body, for example, how do you expect yourself to push yourself up to get off the chair? Yep. It's simple as that. It's getting off your chair. You require muscles to get off the chair. You think right now, because you're young, that's why you can get off the chair easily. But those old people, why do you think old people struggle to get off the chair? It's because they have no muscle in their arms or leg or certain part of their body. That's why they struggle. And
not to mention, have you seen the picture? There's some video online of a man and he sticks a sticker on his back, and then he sticks the same sticker on the bodybuilder's back, and the bodybuilder can't reach it because his muscles are too big. He's like struggling to get the sticker off his back, whereas the guy who's hardly got any muscle, like he's still fit but he's hardly got any muscle, he's able to take the sticker off his back. So again, considering other things like mobility, flexibility, it's not all just about muscle, like pure muscle.
Exactly. And I just think also the physical will come regardless. So for the people who are just like going to the gym like, oh, I'm not seeing results, the physical, because first of all, you're not going in there with the right intention. That's how I see it anyway. If you go there for the right intention, the physical will come regardless. But thing is, another thing again, you can be disciplined working out, where we said this yesterday. You might still have body dysmorphia. You need to also work out because you love yourself.
Yes.
So it doesn't matter where you are, where you're at in your fitness journey. Love yourself, accept where your body, how your body looks. Is at that point. Because your body's forever changing. My body's changed since like compared to now to when I was in my 20s. Yeah.
I remember getting like a bit of a middle-aged spread, and then all of a sudden, because I've been weight training for about 8 to 10 years now, and all of a sudden I didn't have like abs anymore, when abs was so easy for me to come by. And I got, you know, maybe about 34, 35, and all of a sudden it was like, hold on, where's the abs gone, sort of thing.
And Jim, as I said this to you as well, like yesterday I said about the abs, I used to chase abs as well. I used to be like, oh, I need to get abs, like those lines. And then 2 years ago, it got to a point where just like, I don't know why what happened, but I think I was just getting lazy. I was just getting lazy going to gym. So I was going, instead of going 5 times a week, I was going just 2 to 3 times a week. Sometimes even once a week. And my body was getting softer. However, I was actually loving the way I looked. As in, I was fuller. It's not that I was fuller, but as in, not because I was fuller, that's why I liked it, but it's just that I was embracing. I was like, but abs wasn't there as much, but I didn't care. I was just embracing the softness because I was at peace. I realized I was at peace with my body. And that's when I knew where my self-love journey, my self-love level have grown, because I'm just accepting how this is probably my natural, how my body naturally looks. I'm not saying like to go and not work out, but I'm just saying that when I did sort of fall back, as in, I don't remember why I didn't work out as much.
Down,
but I just know that I accepted the way my body. But now I'm more on it now. Working out is not because I'm trying to look good or anything like that. Although, like I said, everyone wants to look good, but my intention is because
the feel good factor.
Yeah, the feel good, and it sets my day. It makes me, and when you get to a certain age, like in your 30s, when you wake up in the morning, you just feel like there's this trapped energy. You just, I want to move because I want to flow in. So now actually I do more Pilates and mobility yoga type of stuff, as well as weight training, but I do more of those kind of stuff. Oh, mental health, like mentally. Mental
health, the endorphins.
Yeah.
Also, I think when you were talking about abs, like I remember thinking, oh, well, the only way to get abs is to be like 10 to 15% body fat. But do a lot of you ladies know that when you're 10 to 15% body fat, you can affect your cycle and you can actually stop bleeding?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so again, like what weight do I want to be? Do I want to be at a place where I'm healthy, or do I want to be at a place where other people will look at me? Because I think that's what a lot of it is for many people. Other people will look at me and go, wow. So then it comes back to that thing about like whose opinion should matter the most? Other people's or your own? You know, you should be able to love yourself first before worrying about what other people think about you, you know, or how a man's going to receive you or whatever.
Talk about a man, like, so basically like sometimes I wonder, like, you see girls doing all this BBL, like cosmetic surgery. Do you think they're doing it for themselves or for the man? Because I think they probably think there's some of it, a part of it. I think they probably do believe men likes it. Because these days, like, especially they'd be like, oh yeah, big girls with big bum. And as soon as when they do get a BBL or working out to get a big bum, they think, that's why I was saying earlier, does that mean your worth has gone up because you got big bum now? Because now more guys will probably be onto you.
No. Your value should always be enhanced by how you think and feel about yourself. And also to remember that, like, you have seasons with your body. So like you were saying, like, there was a time you were a bit softer. I had 8 weeks off of training like a while ago. I started training again because of my mental health. So I felt like it was kind of dipping. But I had 8 weeks off. I felt good for it. Like my body was able to really rest and recover. And then we go again, type thing. And now a lot of the weights, I was telling you yesterday, a lot of the weights I used to push, a lot of the, like, you know, let's say I was on 100 kg hip thrust, has now gone right down. But that's okay. I can start over. Like, I'm not going to beat myself up about it. I'm not going to feel bad about having to start a bit lower than where I was before, you know, because it's a journey. So just about really enjoying the process of getting to love your body as well.
And also, like, going back to like cosmetic surgery, it's like some oh shit, I forgot what I was going to say there.
Well, I looked into just off the back of it, I looked into how many people in the UK have had plastic surgery in 2022, so last year, and it's 31,057 cosmetic procedures. And I don't know if that's like on one person, you know, if it's 30,000 people, or if it's like one person getting a few procedures done. But in 2022, that figure apparently went up loads than before pandemic. So apparently before pandemic, it was like nowhere near that figure, and it's
talking
kind of
about
like
cosmetic surgery. By the way, does that include like injections?
Yeah, so any type of cosmetic procedure. So and that's a good story to tell actually, is that we both have a friend who went into, what was it? Was it do her eyebrows?
Yeah, she went to do her eyebrows. You go on, you tell her.
Yeah, so she went in to do her eyebrows, and as the lady was doing her eyebrows, the lady was like, oh, we can put some fillers in your 11 lines. We can, you know, you've got some frown lines here. We can put some fillers in. And she said it put her off. And she said, not only that, it made her think, what if I was triggered? What if you've actually triggered a real insecurity of mine? And as a result, she didn't go back to the cosmetician. So she stopped going there to get her eyebrows done, and she went somewhere else. So obviously I'm sure the cosmetician was just looking at it like she's earning money, like she's just trying to get the woman to basically dip in her bag a little bit more. But for our friend, that was actually really offensive. And
not only that, I just feel like, why is it not okay to have lines? Why would you assume that she's not okay with having lines? Like, why is it not okay to age gracefully, embrace?
That's it, that's what we talked about.
Like, I think that's what I'm saying, like, about how a lot of people are now programmed to think it's not okay to age.
Yes, like I have to look in my 20s until I'm 50. You know, not to mention, I think that there's other ways of making sure that you look young. Like, I'm 37 years old. I don't feel, or in my opinion, look 37. But that's more from like coconut oil, moisturizer.
We're not saying that don't take care of yourself.
Weightlifting.
But we're just saying, like, with all this, you put in these toxins. These are actually toxins
Yes.
stuff that actually put in your face. In fact, let me tell you about the Botox. This woman that I know from back at one of old colleagues back in gym, she went and got a qualification for doing Botox, right? She said in the course, if I remember it correctly, she said that the stuff that the Botox is that the Botox is made from is equivalent to, you know, when you put you go to a certain restaurant, they have ketchup put out already in a pot, right? And they put out, so whenever someone asks for it, they just quickly put it there, right? So basically, ketchup that's been put out for hours, the top layer is actually toxic, and it can actually give you food poisoning or something, poisoning. That is the same thing as you put into your face.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
There's toxic stuff into
Botox, botulism, something like that. Yeah,
all this foreign stuff that is not natural. You put into your body. Like, why would you do that? Do you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I get, like, for example, let's say this is probably extreme case. If you had to have your breast removed because of breast cancer, and you needed that, okay,
yeah,
fine.
Or you were disfigured from some sort of attack or accident.
Different. Yeah, that's different. But I think is when there's nothing wrong with you and you feel like you want to look better. Yeah. That's when I feel like there's no self-love. That's what, there's narcissistic.
Yes, we talked about that as well. Yeah, kind of being obsessed with image and being obsessed with other people's impressions of you. Yeah,
there's another thing. People these days just so obsessed with the image, and there's no substance in people. I'm sorry, I'm saying it. Yeah, there's no substance. A lot of girls, I'm sorry, girls, like, you need to work on.
But men love that though. I suppose this should be another episode for another day. But I mean, like, it's responded to so positively by so many men that I think that women then think, oh, maybe I should do it too, you know, and it's causing this kind of knock-on effect.
More guys will like me.
Yes.
Now that's the thing. You trying to get these validation from men. Why are you trying to get validation from men? You don't need no validation. If you that's what I'm saying. Again, go love yourself, know your worth, get to know yourself, go within. Your happiness comes within. Yeah, that's it.
And again, I wouldn't say I'm against plastic surgery. I had a friend who was an A cup breast, and she waited 10 years. She literally basically saved up like the equivalent of like a mortgage, right? Yeah. Wow. And then or deposit for a mortgage. She saved up the equivalent of a deposit for a mortgage, and we all know how expensive they are now. And like she went to Harley Street Clinic, like had a consultation, etc., and then finally decided, yes, I'm gonna get my breast done. But it took her almost 10 years to make this decision. So then it was kind of like, okay, maybe this is what you want. But honestly, she got them done, and I think she thought after getting her breast done that, like you're saying, like she would get more attention, she would probably like secure a man, like and then she entered into her 40s, and you know, she still wasn't viewed or respected in that way from men. In actual fact, I think it worked against her. So I feel like men disrespected her more because they knew that her breasts were fake. And I'm not saying that that's what every man's going to be like. But she became like a lot more upset because obviously she couldn't get her house because she spent the money on her breast, like literally. So she had to start saving from scratch with these new breasts. And you know, again, she was like, I'm so content now, I can wear these types of bras, like, you know, I can have my cleavage out, like I didn't have cleavage before. Like she was so happy in that sense. But it seemed that in so many other areas of her life she was still unhappy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you think, like, there's a lot of us, we're searching external things to find happiness when happiness comes within.
Look within.
Talk about like breast, for example. That's another. When I was younger, my insecurity was my breast. Like saying, no, growing up saying, oh, you ain't got boobs, but it took me a long time to be at peace with it. See, look at this. This is another insecurity we have that is the same. Yeah.
So I used to slouch. I used to literally have my shoulders in because I thought that my breasts were too big. Right? And my posture, for most of my teenage years, my posture was so poor because I didn't want the attention to be on my breast. And actually, when I used to just stand up straight, I remember friends saying, why are you sticking your boobs out? And it was like, no, this is actually just me standing up straight. I'm not sticking my boobs out. I've just have big boobs. Like, there's nothing I can do about it.
And then I knew when I was at peace with myself, my body, and like no longer insecure, like having like no boobs basically, was when I went to Cyprus holiday. That was my first ever beach holiday, believe it or not. Obviously when I was a kid I did be to beach, but as an adult, first time ever going to beach and wearing bikini and not giving a fuck. I went with a guy that I was seeing at the time, and I got him taking pictures of me. I was posing with my bikini on beach. I posted on Instagram. I didn't give him a fuck. I thought I was looking bad. Listen, I was feeling sexy. I felt sexy. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't have, just because you might have, you don't have to feel sexy to have big boobs or a big bum. That's not what makes you sexy. It's just your being, things like that.
Feeling it.
Yes,
feeling pow. Man. Yeah. And I think it does take like this like moment of realization where you come a whole 360 and it's like, oh, I remember we went out for lunch yesterday, and I remember yesterday thinking, oh, you know, Celia's coming and we're going out for lunch, maybe I should put some concealer on. And then I was like, Claire,
why?
Claire, you know, so you still have these moments where,
why would you think that though?
Because I felt knackered and I felt like, I've only got so many days off work and I've got bags under my eyes.
No, but you said that, I'm going to lunch with Celia, but why is it going lunch with me? You feel like you have to put concealer.
Yeah, no, not specific to you, but just because I was knackered. That's why I even delayed the lunch, innit? That's why I got you to come later. Because I was just exhausted and I just thought, actually, I need to, you know, tidy up my face a bit and make myself look the part. Do you know what I mean?
But going back to like the body, what's I saying? Yeah, so like, you know how people say women think, the men will like it. So let me tell you something, right? So when I became that confident, piece of with my body, you normally if I was the old me insecure, I would be like, if I was to have sex, I'll be insecure, like, oh my god, he's gonna see that and go boobs or whatever, or he might be judging me, right? Let me tell you something. I said, like, I think it's a confidence. Confidence is what makes you sexy. Then after that, there was this guy that I was seeing. He was obsessed with me, right?
Because you had that flip and you were now like, I love me. Yeah,
like he was. I'm telling you, like, he would constantly always wanted me. Like, he was just like, listen, he was just whipped. Yeah, whipped. Yeah. He loved it. So that's what anyway, what I'm trying to say is that it's not about your body. Sometimes it's not that, like, having to have certain things get done to get men like you. As long as you love yourself, men knows if you love yourself, you're confident, they find it sexy. Yeah. And talk about if a man likes it or not. I told you this. I went on a date with a guy, there was this girl walked in, right, and she basically had everything done. She had BBL, like lip filler, everything done, head to toe. And I said to him, and all the guys were looking at him, and I look at her, and I said to him, like, do guys actually like this? And then he was like, respectfully, personally, it's not for me. But I know a lot of men would say they will fuck it. So she would fuck her, they would fuck her, bang her, just for the sake of ego, to say, yeah, I banged her, but they wouldn't wife it. Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, that's probably not all men, but I'm just saying, like, someone just did tell me that. Yeah. Yeah.
And the other question that I asked yesterday was cost. So just looking at the cost of how much you're spending every month on yourself. I understand nails and a wax, you know, I understand a bit of laser. But the cost of getting fillers every month, the cost of, you know, this month you started with one injection and by 3-4 months down the line, you're like, one injection is not enough. So you're now spending, you know, 200 to 300 pounds on lip fillers a month. Like, is that realistic? Is that something you can maintain into your adulthood? Like, I just, you know, into your retirement, into your pension. I just think...
Yeah, that's what we were saying earlier. I think it's also to do with a class. It's like a trend. It's like, don't you think that, because like all girls look this, people who have all these stuff done, they all look the same. The cheeks and the nose. They actually all look the same.
A very Nicki Minaj type of...
Kardashians. And I think it's that look. People are going for that look. And it determines, like the class, basically. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. It's almost like you're a walking advert for, you know, money.
Yeah. I just think to like, let's like conclude. Let's wrap it up. And then, like, I think it's very sad, ladies, that like, not even ladies, no, if there are men.
Yeah, men are doing it as well. Hair transplants. Kevin Hart talked about that as well.
Hair transplant, okay, I get that. But also men getting their jaw, I didn't even know this.
Leg lengthening. Yeah. There's one guy on Instagram I saw who has gone from like 5'8" or 5'7" to 6
foot. Yeah. Oh my God, that's mad. And then you told me about the dick.
They put pins in his knee. And then, girth filler. Yeah. Which is so men putting Botox in their dicks to make it thicker. Wow.
And then when I get the jawline done, as in I get fillers in to get the jawline more chiseled, they even get the pecs done and implanted, and that 6 packs implanted. Yeah.
So in conclusion, I think like you have to ask yourself, do the costs outweigh the benefits? Or does the benefit outweigh the cost? And I don't think the benefits are even that tangible for a lot of people. The benefits, what? Like a guy saying hello to you in a club, is that a benefit?
Yeah.
You know, does the benefit outweigh the cost? You're spending all this money on it. It's not like going to the gym. A gym membership, that benefit outweighs the cost. You go to the gym regularly, you know that you're going to live longer. You see the results physically.
Yeah.
Like, you feel the results mentally.
Yeah, and for me, it's just like I was about to say about this came back to my mind, is that most important thing is just go within and love yourself. Stop searching for validation from external stuff, from people, from these injecting yourself. Stop. Just like, I mean, again, it depends on the situation, but ideally just like go and like accept who you are, love yourself,
look in the mirror,
and
say this is me, and I accept it.
The system wants you to hate yourself, because they want to make money. They want you to, first of all, hate yourself. They want you to they want to control you. I'm saying it. The system wants to control you by making you fear, not looking the part. That's it.
But for those, we'd love to hear comments from those of you who have had cosmetic procedures. You know, why did you get it done? Do you think it's outweighed the cost? Do you regret it, etc.? Please do comment, you know, in the comments. Do let us know what you think, and maybe we'll be back with another episode about self-love and
something. Sorry, I just want to add one more. Just quickly came to mind is spirituality. Quick one. Like a lot of people out there say they're spiritual. Like spirituality to me is when you accept and you're peace. You accept yourself and at peace with yourself, right?
Contentedness,
and if you're truly a very spiritual person, you wouldn't do these kind of stuff to yourself, injecting stuff into yourself. And I remember watching a podcast, this lady, I can't remember what she does, but she's some sort of spiritual guru. I can't remember what she does, but she had breast implant. But she got to a point where she was basically being woke, basically, isn't it? She was awakened. She didn't realize. She realized that her heart chakra was blocked because she had these breast implants. She took it out and she felt different. She was open to love. Her life changed. So
I know a lot of women who've gotten sick from their implants as well, and had to take them out because of health reasons.
So anyway, we come back. We definitely this
is just
for hours and hours now. So, but thank you for watching, guys. Again, please,
I'll be back.
And please subscribe, follow whatever you're doing, show some love. Comments, whatever. Love you lots. Bye.